I'm so excited. This is the updated Powersheets video that I promised you guys. This is about the 2016 one-year Powersheets workbook. I'm so excited. I got this in a couple days ago. I thumbed through it and I have walked you guys through it. So if you're into goal setting, if you're into living your life on purpose and with purpose, and if you're into making your goals happen, please continue to watch. And yes, this cute baby right here is totally me 32 years ago. How cute, right? Am I not adorable? What? All right, loves, let's do this. I am at the parental's house for the holidays, so we're trying a different setup. So hopefully this Florida sunshine will provide us enough light for me to go through the 2016 Powersheets. I'm so happy I got these in. So if you follow me, you know that I did the 2015 Powersheets video just a couple weeks ago. And I promised you guys that as soon as I got these in, I would definitely do a new video. So I'm really happy that these came in. This is the 2016 Let's Do This Powersheets 1 year workbook. And so I kind of flipped through it when I got it in a couple days ago, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to start. So let's flip through. Okay, since all my equipment is back at home in California, I'm having to rig this a little bit. So hopefully you guys can see this a lot better now. So let's get into it. I'm going to turn the page. A year from now, you will wish you had started today. Yes. There's just an intro page from Lara Casey, and I love her PS. She says, "There is nothing magical about January 1st. Today is the best day to begin." A couple sheets that just have kind of like some inspiration on them are in the front, so that's great. I love how like these get you motivated. Like when you're reading these pages, I hit the camera. Hold on, guys. There we go. I love how when you're reading these pages, like before you start, like everything is inspirational. Like you can hang these up on your wall if you wanted to. You should be surrounded by inspiration, things that get you ready to take on the next year, your next goal. Woo! Encouragement cards. I love this. This is a new addition to the Powersheets, and I think it's great. Like you can, like she says, you can cut them out, or you can send them to a friend, which is great because we all need to encourage each other. The Diva Inc brand is all about encouraging other women and working on your goals and collaborating, and that's why I love the Powersheets, because they're not only a great product, but they fit in line with what my brand is about. Get started. So now this is similar to the Powersheets from 2015, and I will link that video down below. This, you just kind of go through step 1 through 7, and this is the the pre-worksheets before you really get into your monthly goal setting. Powersheets prep. Oh wait, I skipped a page. Sorry. Okay. Getting to know me. Now this has changed a little bit. I think before it was like, you're writing down all kind of stuff, your favorite colors, and that's still in here, but the way she's organized it is really different. So that's really cool. Oh, my parents' old computer, did you see that? They have a Dell or something. Crazy. Anyhow, yeah, so this sheet is great. The new additions that she's made, I love. And then she has the initial goal ideas sheet, which is similar to the one that was in the last year's version. I keep skipping pages. This is hard. I wanted to stand it up so you guys could really see it, because my parents' house, all the stuff, I don't know. I just couldn't get it to work, sitting down, so standing up seemed to be better. How are you? This has changed a little bit. I think there's a couple more questions than before. And let's see, what do you feel has been holding you back from making what matters happen? That's such a good question. Like, I think all of the time. Anytime you don't do something that you know is in your heart to do, it's usually fear. And you need to figure out what that fear is and why it's there, and, you know, move on, get over it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't complete your goals, you're not getting anywhere closer to your purpose. What do you want to leave behind as you start this process? What are you letting go of to move forward? Definitely fear. Any fear that's in the way, let that go, so that you can move forward and meet your fears. So her and I think the same. So this is where you write down what you're afraid of and why you're afraid of it. And there's a few lines for that. And then your greatest fear out of all of those. And if you were to step into this fear and take action, my life would be blank. So basically, if you were to get over those fears, how would your life be? And I think for most of us, it would be much better if we let go of our fears and we really walked into our purpose. And, you know, if you follow me, you know that 2015 was the year of power and purpose for me. And I will be doing, I don't know if I'm going to do a video or an article, but I'm just going to recap my year and tell you some of the things that worked and didn't work for me. But, you know, there was definitely some fears in there that I had to let go. So this is great for 2016. More inspiration on this side. I love that you guys can see that because it's in big letters. And then get inspired. So she has a video that we can watch, and then you set purposeful goals. So that's going to be step 6, and the following sheets will elaborate on step 6 a bit. So in the last year, this is where you do kind of your reflection. In the last year, what has been working and what has not been working. And I love this because you really get to reflect on what happened last year. Like, what did you make happen? What did you wish you made happen? What didn't go so well? You know, because we're living life. So not everything is going to go well. I lost my job last year, maybe about 3 or 4 months ago. But I know that, you know, that's something that happens. And we all have to move on. And I think it's just pushing me to be greater in my purpose and greater in the things that I'm supposed to do. So, you know, so I'll definitely be putting that on my list. And what it has been working last year, I wrote my book. And I wrote it the last couple years, but I actually published it in June, and that's been a goal of mine for years. So putting that out was like one of the best things that happened to me in 2015. So that'll definitely go on my list. And then you guys can think about what's going to go on yours. I highly recommend getting the worksheets because these prompts, they just pull things out of you that you didn't know were there. And so this is really helpful. What are the 3 biggest lessons you learned from what did work? And what are the 3 biggest lessons you learned from what didn't work? Big or small, what did these experiences teach you? You know, as I get older, what I realize is that everything that happens to you, whether it's good or bad, is a lesson. And the sooner you get to that lesson and you understand what that lesson is trying to teach you and what that experience is trying to teach you, the better off, so that you don't have to repeat that lesson. Like, how many times, you know, have you had like this boyfriend who, you know, didn't care about you, and you still were trying to make it work, and then you got into the next relationship and that same thing happened? That's because you didn't get the lesson from the first time. You know, so I really seek out the lessons and what I'm supposed to learn in each one of these experiences, good or bad. So filling this out will help draw that out of you. What fires me up? What fires me up? What fires me up? What fires me up? So these are just worksheets where you actually, you write down all of the things that fire you up. You can write them down, you can draw them, you know, kind of just get creative with what you're passionate about. And really putting it down on paper is what can help you the most. Like writing it down and making it plain and having something that you can look back at and say, you know what, that's what's firing me up. That's what I need to put my focus on for this year. And then I love this. This is like a new addition. So you can actually cut this page out and hang it up, frame it, you know, so that you can like see it, and every day you look at what fires you up so you stay fired up about the things that matter to you most. the big picture. If you could envision your most fulfilling year yet, what would it look like? Why do you want to live on purpose? Where do you want to be when you're 80? Wow, 80. This is just a sheet that you answer those questions and you fill out so that you can get a grasp of what your big picture is. Excuse me. And when you see your big picture, then you can narrow down into the vision of how you're going to get there and why you even want to get there. And I think that makes the choices that you make in life a lot easier when you know where you want to go. More big picture. So this is where you can do the Pinterest. You can create a Pinterest board. It says draw, paint, collage, or design. Last year I did like a collage, so I cut some things out of magazines and I kind of showed you guys that last year. I'll see if I could put a little clip of that in this video, but I think just get visual and just understand what your big picture is. Let's see here. What are these? I'm saying no to, I'm saying yes to. So these she had in last year's. I think these are great. I think sometimes like I am a person who wants to say yes to everything, but sometimes you have to say no. Like you have to take care of yourself and you just can't overwhelm yourself in doing everything. If you're more thoughtful about the things that you say no to, you can be more thorough in the things that you say yes to. So I definitely recommend going through and thinking about like what can you take off your plate that you can really say no to. And don't feel bad. Like if there are people in your life who can't handle you saying no because you say yes all the time, they probably aren't, people that you need to keep in your life, because we all have to say no sometimes. My why. So these were also in last year's sheets, but it's basically you get your story out and why you want to make the things you want to make happen. So you're just going through and thinking about your purpose and being very thoughtful about your goals and why they matter to you. And then at the bottom, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me try to tilt. Woo! My word for this year. So I think my word last year was power, or was it purpose? It was I think it was purpose. So I'm not sure what my word for this year is going to be, although I kind of have an idea, but I really am thoughtful about what my word is and what my goals are for the next year. So I will tell you guys soon. Cultivate what matters, grow good things. So this is new. This one is new. And, what's growing now, what I want to cultivate. So you're basically just writing down things that are growing in your garden, so to speak. And there may be some things that, again, you have to say no to. So those are things that you want to pull. So she's asking what weeds are growing that you want to pull. So those are things that you're going to want to pull. So for you, you're going to list out, all of the things, dry places here that need to go, and weeds. I'm really into this analogy of planting and sowing and sowing seeds, and you want to make sure that you're sowing the right seeds so that you can reap the fruit of harvest that you actually want, so that you get closer to your purpose. And some seeds you don't need to plant, and you need to be careful about what ground you're planting the seeds that you want to grow in, right? You need to make sure that that's fruitful ground, and that there is enough water, and there is enough sunlight, and there is enough things to make these things grow properly. And like I said, if there's something that you have to say no to, say no. What I want to cultivate. So this sheet is what your garden is supposed to look like. The other sheet is what it looks like now. And once you get that, you can analyze and think about what needs to go and what needs to come in. My most purposeful year. So this is a guided sheet that you would fill out that's going to let you know about what your purposeful year looks like. Goal ideas. Get messy. See that? Get messy. So she gives you kind of an example about what you want to do, And even though, like, you know, I run a couple businesses, my goals are already always business oriented, but they're also all personal, spiritual. I have goals for every part, every segment of my life. And, you know, they go here. And you can get really messy. Again, you can get visual. You know, this is about you. And like I said before in my last video, goals are very personal. So it's about what you want to do and how you want to live. And I do believe in writing things down. I believe that makes it really plain, and it takes it from an idea that's in your head to a goal once you write it down. And then you can place the action behind that and make it happen. Goal worksheets. So here she's basically just telling you how to fill out the goals, and I believe that she has worksheets for 10 goals per year, which is, I think, a good amount, a healthy amount. If we finish, you know, 50% of that, I think it's good, because I set goals for myself every year. Some I don't finish and they have to roll over, but I believe in making progress, not perfection, as does she. And she meaning Lara Casey, who is the creator of the Powersheets. Yep. So these are 10 pages of goals, and basically you have your goal, you have your why, and then it has some questions here that you're going to answer for each goal. So you break your goals down. So start thinking about that now before you order. What are your 10 goals? Yep. So all of those. Just make sure I didn't skip anything. Yep. So 10 goals, and then you actually get into the month. So this again is the 1 year workbook, and she does have the 6 months version still, which I showed in my last video, and she also does have the refresh version, which I think is new. So if you currently have Powersheets, you may be able to just use the refresh. Let's see. Prepare for what matters month. She's changed this a little bit, but it's still basically the same. So you have your monthly prep checklist. Fill out this page. Start fresh and let it go. Say goodbye to mental clutter. Review your goals. Plan your refreshment days. Fill out your tending list, and write out great things that happened this month. Gratitude. I'm so learning that you need to be grateful, because I mean, even though you think maybe your life isn't the way you want it to go, or maybe you didn't make the goal, I mean, just be grateful for where you are, because at the end of the day, you're where you're supposed to be, and goals just help you get to the next level. Let it go. So how are you today? So you're just basically writing out how are you when you start this. Refreshment days, ways I'm going to recharge this month, adventures I'm going to have, how I'm going to love others, which I think is great, and we should all be thinking about not just our goals and ourselves, but how can we motivate the people that are around us to, you know, make their goals happen as well. Tending. So I love these. This is a new edition, and I flipped through briefly. I'm not going to go through all the months. I'm just going to show you one, but I flipped through briefly, and you know, all of the months have this similar kind of how you use this kind of thing, and I absolutely love it. Your tending list: monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. And I think these should basically all match up. Your daily goals should help you meet your weekly goals, and your weekly goals should help you meet your monthly goals. And then encouraging words. Yeah, encourage yourself. Always encourage yourself. I mean, I think it's great when we get encouragement from others, and we should, especially the people around us and the sisters that are in our circle. But at the end of the day, you can encourage yourself. And I think that's really important to know. And so you're going to put your encouraging words here and make your tending list happen. Relationship tending. Now this is new, and I love this. This is new and I love it, because you need to do relationship tending all the time. I mean, sometimes we get busy, whether it's with friendships or, you know, marriages, you know, if you're dating, your work relationships, all of that. I think sometimes we need to really get focused on relationships and how we're going to tend to them. And so this worksheet, I can't wait to get into a lot more. Definitely. She's got some relationship tending ideas. Invite a friend over for a movie and hot cocoa. I drink tea, so make it your own. Share Valentine's with your coworkers, which I love to do when I was working. Gather some friends and volunteer together. I think that's great. I think this is all like great stuff that you think in the back of your head, oh, this makes sense. Like I should know that already, but we don't do it enough. I don't do it enough. And so just having this reminder written down is really good. Cultivate gratitude. Like I said, just being grateful for where you are and what things aren't happening and are happening. Yeah, I said what things aren't happening because I think, sometimes we get so caught up in what we want to happen and what's not happening. And we focus on the what's not happening, that we forget what is happening and being grateful for the opportunities that we are given. And, I think we just need to focus on that a little bit more. And I'm not saying that we can't think about what's not happening in our lives, right? Because we want to make that better and we may want to set a goal for ourselves to make something happen that's not. But don't focus on that. Don't be so caught up on what's not happening in your life that you forget to smile, that you forget the blessings that are around you, that you forget to cultivate gratitude. And so I love this worksheet. This is a new addition, and I love that it's in there because it just reminds you each month to be grateful. There is always something to be grateful. I mean, if you can walk, you should be grateful. If you can talk, you should be grateful. If you can see, you should be grateful. There's just gratefulness that should be in each one of us. And so this is a great worksheet to have that we can each just think about what makes us grateful. Is that the end? Yeah. So I'll show you one more thing because each of the months basically are the same thing. And then, two more things. The spring refresh. Boop. So she has refreshes every 3 months. There's a refresh. So spring, summer, fall, and then we would have to order again. But I love this edition. So this is in the 1 year worksheet. I'm not sure that it's in any of the other Powersheets products that she offers. I'd have to check that out, and I will definitely let you guys know below the video if it is and where you can get those. But this is amazing. So she has the clear the clutter checklist, and I love it. I just going through this. I briefly flipped through it, and I think it's amazing. Enjoy a social media free weekend. I don't know. I've tried that, but I just don't know. I always end up like doing something because I can't stay off of it. But that's a good a way to clear the clutter. I hate that computer. Don't you guys hate that? Okay. Hate is such a strong word, but it's not a Mac, and I'm a Mac person. Anyway, physical clutter, heart clutter. Oh my goodness, heart clutter. Like, how many of us are struggling with, relationship issues or needing encouragement or, whatever it is. So she's giving you some ideas for, getting rid of that heart clutter, decision clutter, and then other clutter. I love this. I need to go through this a lot more, but I love that. I love the whole idea. This is the 3 month refresh. So, I believe in my last Powersheets, it had something similar. Yeah, it had something similar. So you go through what didn't work in the past 3 months, what did work, what lessons you learned. Like I said, the lessons are important. So make sure that whatever you're doing, good or bad, you learn that lesson so you don't have to repeat it. What you're letting go of. And then she has a little Powersheets crossword, which love it. Success and balance aren't opposites. So that's on this other page. Love that. Just a little reminder. Hooray, the no list, the yes list. So what you're saying no to this quarter, what you're saying yes to this quarter. Just keep that in mind. There's always room to say yes, but there's always room to say no to. Your word for the next 3 months. And you're ready for the next 3 months. And then it says the next 3 months will be full of dance parties, friends and family, giving back, gratitude, love. A little bit of all of those, honestly, would be great. refresh goals. So when you get to the refreshed part of the 1 year book, you can go through those 10 goals that you set at the beginning and refresh them. Maybe, things have changed. Maybe you have gotten a little bit more knowledge on something and you decide something shouldn't be a goal, or it should be, but you need to refine it, or refine it. This is where you would do that. So this is great. I think that might be the last page of the refresh part. Yeah, okay. So that's the last page, and then everything pretty much repeats. But at the back of these, and it's so funny because I was freaking out because I thought the stickers weren't here, and I guess I didn't go far enough back to see them. So I'm like emailing the Lara Casey shop, and I'm like, "Where are my stickers?" Because I love decorating while I'm making my goals. It just makes it extra fun for me. And so they're like, they're in there, and I'm kind of like, And so I went back through it, and I'm like, oh, they're in the pack. So yeah, sorry guys. They're here though, and I love them. Just little stuff, let's do this, hooray, hearts, live on purpose, little tabs that you can, if you need to mark something. I think this is just a great addition. It just makes it so much fun. And then here are the seasonal ones. What do you want to water? So we talked about the garden analogy and what do you want to grow. So these will be great to use for that. And then your check marks. I love it. I just love that. I love all of the additions are great. Lara Casey, you did a great job. But I love this year's version. I think it's awesome, and I can't wait to dig into it. Now, even though she does say like you don't have to start January 1st, I probably start in like late December because that's just my overall goal setting time, and I love to do that. So thank you guys for watching.